This video is for the lesson 3.1 homework. All we're doing today is slope. This should be a review. You should have been doing slope from a graph, 6th grade and 7th grade. So number one, what's the name of a measure of steepness of a line on a graph? That's the slope of the graph. The formula for slope, if you do it by hand. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We've got some tricks though. From a graph is the easiest way to do slope. Okay, you find you two nice pretty points and you're going to count the rise over the run. So your first move, we write it as a fraction. Our first move has to be up or down, and then our second move has to be from the right. And so we find our 2 points, and we always start from the point that's the furthest left, like reading from left to right. So from this point to this point, do I need to go up or down? I'm going to go up. So I'm going, and I know the grid lines are kind of hard to see, so we're going up 1. So we're going, I'm just going to write it. Let's do it here. Up 1. And then once I go up or down, my only move is to go across. And again, I know it's hard to see the grid lines, but you can come down here to the numbers and you can count. So I went right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's my slope. That's it. Put your answer down there at the bottom. So 1/7. Always check your fractions, especially with slope. So your calculator will check every fraction for you. All you have to do is type the fraction in and hit enter. If it doesn't simplify, it's in simplest form. If it changes, that's the answer you should be writing. Okay, 2 special cases really quick. Let's hit these. Vertical lines and horizontal lines. Does anybody remember the slope of these special case lines? Or have you ever even talked about it? You should have, but
I don't remember.
don't remember? Okay, so vertical lines look like a wall. Horizontal lines look like a floor. So let's start with horizontal lines. If you're walking on a perfectly flat floor, how many problems should you have walking on a perfectly flat floor? None. So horizontal lines, the slope is always 0. And that's the perfectly flat, pretty lines like that. Okay, so that's walking on a flat floor. What if I told you to walk up a wall?
You'd have to be Spider-Man.
You'd have to be Spider-Man. Are you Spider-Man?
No.
Okay, so vertical lines, their slope is undefined. You can't do it. And UN works for undefined. UND, any of those work. Okay? So those are our special cases. Sometimes they're not very nice. They don't give us nice, pretty points. But we can find nice, pretty points. And again, I know it's hard to see on here, but you've got a nice, pretty point here at 4-2. No, not 4-2. I'm looking at this one, number 7. 3-1. I think 3-1 is a nice, pretty point. And then I think 1. Oh, that's sketchy. 2-4 is a good point. I will mark points for you. The copy machine does not like graph paper. Okay, so from here to here, do I need to go up or down?
Up.
So my first move is up. And then my second move has to be to the right. So again, you can kind of look at these. I went up. So I started here. 1, 2, 3. So I went up 3. And then going over, I'm going from here to here. So I'm going over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's my slope. So 7 is 3/5.
What happens if we have an improper fraction?
Leave it. It is okay to have an improper fraction. All right, so number 9. I think 3, 4 is a good point. And 1, -1. I think those are good points on there. All right, from here to here, do I need to go up or down? So this one I'm going to go down. And then again, my second move has to be to the right. So I'm going down. So from 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if I go down, it's a negative. And then I'm going over. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So just make sure if you go down, that you make it negative. 7th and 8th graders, when I taught this to them, I made them draw a little person. That was the very first thing they did. If he's walking downhill, they went ahead and put that negative in the answer blank. If they drew that little person and he's going to walk uphill, then they knew it was positive. So visually, you should be able to, by this point, look at a graph and go, oh, that's negative. Oh, that's positive. All right, so points on number 8. Good points are going to be, I cannot believe how awful these prints came out. -2, -2 is a good point. -2, -2 is a good point. And -1, -1, +1. There's your 2 points on that one. So those are the only 3 I'm going to leave for you. 4, 5, and 8. I'm more than happy to check. I'm more than happy to help. Okay? So that's all you've got today, and I'm done with you for the day.